Welcome back, guys, to another What Sold video. Today we have got a good video. If you watched yesterday's video, I did say I might have broke my record from the most sales in a week, and unfortunately I didn't. I miscounted. I'm probably about 6 off. So yeah, I didn't break no world records for sales in a week, but I got close, and it was very, very close. Today, I'm going to show you my sales from last week. And I got to admit, they're pretty impressive. For me, they are pretty impressive. Somebody else, they might not be. But I'm doing this to show you what things I sell. So if you do see them, then you can go and pick them up and make some money for yourself. I'm going to show you a few of the sales from both Vinted and eBay, and show you what I got for them and how much I paid for them. And then at the end of the video, tell you how many sales I got and how much money I made in sales in 1 week. So if you are excited for this and you're dying to find out what I've actually sold, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, let's get into the video. So we're going to start with Vinted first, and I'm still not on a pro count because I just don't want to wait 14 days. Until that changes, I'm not going to move over unless they tell me to. But yes, Vinted is definitely stepping up. I sold 20 items last week on Vinted. That is the most. That is a record for Vinted for me. I think that is brilliant for Vinted, seeing I feel like Vinted still is not as good as eBay. I don't think it will ever compare to eBay because I just think it's not as globally recognized, I won't say, and also you can't sell everything on there. So a lot of the things I do sell on Vinted is either clothing, toys, or homeware. There's a lot of stuff I can't sell in there. If they change that, I feel like then Vinted could overtake, but until then I don't think they will. This one is the Paw Patrol bundle. I bought a massive set of Paw Patrol figures and vehicles and everything ages ago at Car Boot. They're in the death pile. I just couldn't be bothered, and I thought, well, it's time to put them on. And because I got something from the challenge, I thought, you know what, let's put some vehicles with that and sell it as a bundle. It sold for £36, and it owes me probably around £15 to £18. Don't know how much. I've paid £25 for the big bundle, but there is a lot of big vehicles and a lot more figures still in there. So I only took the figures out to go with the actual plane, which I paid £5 in the challenge. So this will go to the challenge tomorrow. The next sale is probably the best sale of the week because it was free, and anything you can sell for free is pure profit. Doesn't matter if you have fees taken out of it on eBay or you sell it on Vinted. It is purely money. And in the challenge last week, I had a bit of trouble at the start, but somebody took something into one of the charity shops and they couldn't accept it. I said, I'll have it if you want to get rid of it. She gave it me for free. I sold it on Vinted for 45 quid. It was that Tiffany style like tulip lamps, 2 of them, and yeah, 45 quid on Vinted for a bit of lighting. Absolutely smashed it. So obviously that will also go to my charity shop challenge tomorrow. So if you love the challenge on Tuesdays, I'm going to have even more money to spend tomorrow. So yeah, make sure you join in tomorrow for that video. Even though I say I am not a clothing seller, please do not think I am, because I still sell a lot of clothes and I don't know why. But I am not a clothing seller because I just don't like clothing, even though I do wear clothes, because if I didn't, I'd be a naturist. And yeah, I seem to pick up items that I can sell quite easily. Some things do lag around, which I have no control on, like in bundles. But things I pick out myself from charity shops where I only pick out clothes. When it comes to like car boots, I just can't be bothered. I'm looking for stuff that I can like not get in charity shops, like more like tech wise and stuff like that. But when it comes to charity shops, I always look around the clothing because it's just laid out there. I picked up a Helly Hansen coat. It was like a ski jacket for £5, and I sold it for £25. And then the last sale I wanted to mention on Vinted was the Dickie boots. The reason being, Dickie boots are like a well-known brand. You know, a lot of people go mad for Dickies, saying it's brilliant. It's not a brand I would say you can make lots of money on, but you can get very good prices for them, and they seem to sell. If you can get the right stuff from Dickies, it will sell and it won't hang around. I picked up a pair of like steel toe cap boots, bit scuffed on the front, but other than that, was really nice condition. And I picked them up for £2 at the car boot. I must have been like last week or the week before. I sold them on Vinted for £25. No haggling at all. Easy money. So if you see Dickie stuff, pick it up. So on Vinted, I made £334 this week alone. And if you just want to sell on Vinted and you can get them numbers, then just sell on Vinted, because you know you're going to get pure profit. There's no fees at all. So that is the most I think I've ever made in a week. I probably have made more in a week when I've sold Lego parts and stuff like that, but I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've made that much money and that many sales on Vinted. If Vinted was like this every week, then I'll be laughing, because with that and the eBay sales, I'm always going to be hitting my targets that I want. And my targets, I keep on saying, is around 30 to 50. I'm quite happy with that. That is my standard target. If I can hit over 30 and get up to the 50 mark with both Vinted and eBay, I'm happy. If I can get more, then obviously it's going to make me even more happy. Now on to eBay sales. And they beat Vinted with 33 sales. So 13 more sales, which is a little bit better obviously than Vinted, but Vinted are stepping up and out, and obviously without the fees, I'm actually, I don't know, am I actually making more money on Vinted than I am on eBay? No, because some of the items I sold on eBay I can't sell on Vinted, and the prices of them, what I sold them for, were massive. So let's go with something that I grew up with when I was a kid, and that was Rainbow. Zippy is popular. If you don't know who Zippy is, he was the funny one with the zip on his mouth from a little like puppet thing with Zippy, Bungle, and George, called Rainbow. I grew up with it, absolutely loved it, and Zippy by far was the best character. I picked up this backpack. It's not a vintage one, but it's still quite old. And yeah, put it on last night and it sold last night for $17.99. The person actually said, "Oh my God, I'm so happy I found this. Thank you very much. I've been looking for one of these for ages." So there you go. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you watch the channel, but there you go. Hope you enjoy it and it bring back some memories. By the way, I paid £4 for that. The next item has took a while, and I'm quite shocked because it is immaculate condition. There's no scratches on it, there's no dents, there's no broken parts, and it's an ERTL model. If you don't know what they are very well known for making die-cast models. I picked up this like John Deere old tractor, so it's like a steam tractor, and I think it was from Bolton. And so very long time ago when I picked up some very good items. It was from the same stall as I think the Walkman that I sold months ago, and I picked it up for £1. It's finally sold for £26.99. Die-cast models do sell if you can get the right ones. Anything John Deere sells. Literally, if you see anything with John Deere on, except for like the brand new stuff, the plasticky stuff, buy it. Another item that I put on last night was some darts. This is from the dead stock, and I just going through it all, and I picked up these darts. I think it was from when I went up north to Doncaster, and I picked up these darts. It's like in a pack, unicorn darts they were. Loads of flights, some stems as well, that's what they call them. Yeah, just a big pack of like darts and everything. Don't know how old they are. Some are worth a lot of money. If you can get some older ones, like from some of the actual famous darts players back in the day, you can get some good money for them. I don't know how much these was worth. I don't know how much darts are worth. I don't know how much the flight things are worth. So I had to just guess. And I think I might have underestimated how much these were, because as soon as I put them on, they sold. I sold them for £17, but I only paid £1 for them. I think I did anyway. £1 or £2. I wouldn't pay no more than that. But they literally went as soon as I put them on. So I think I might have underestimated the price on them. Maybe by 5-10 quid, I don't know. Maybe some flights in there are quite unique. There was some cool ones in there, some like NFL ones, some British Bulldog ones and stuff like that. So I don't know. Very, very nice, but they went very quickly. The next one was something from the auction, and it was some vintage Wharfdale speakers. I've got a couple of pairs, and I picked up some other things and worked out how much everything cost averagely. These actually averaged at £12.28p. So not much. I knew how much these potentially could get. I knew they would get around about 40, maybe £60, depending on how good they were, you know, what's actual speaker systems in them. Because I think these were a kit. It was a Glendale kit, and somebody actually told me they were a Glendale kit when I put them on. Very nice person. Didn't want them, but he deals with speakers, and he said, if you have any more speakers and you want to know more about them, let me know, because he actually deals with speakers. He sells them on eBay, and he told me there was this certain make, so I put that into the description. Literally, when I put that description on, they sold within the week. So thank you very much. You probably don't watch my YouTube channel, but you know what? If I do pick up some more, I will be messaging him in again, because he sent me pictures of all his speakers, and it's like literally a whole room of vintage speakers. It's like, wow, he knows his stuff. So thank you very much. By the way, I did sell them for 50 quid, so I made a good profit on them. One thing I would say about now it's coming to Christmas, and I wouldn't say it's just Christmas because I sell them all year round, is board games. Anything to do with board games, pick them up. If you can pick up a board game for £1 or £2, you could make at least £10 to £15 on every board game, as long as all the pieces are there. Some board games you can fetch a lot of money, £40, £50, and other ones you can fetch hundreds of pounds. So do not just walk past the board games in charity shops. This is from the charity shop challenge, so it's even more money into the kitty for tomorrow, and that is the battleships one. I picked this up and I went, if this is complete, I'm going to make some good money. It's from the film, which was about 10 years ago, and they wanted $4.99 in Age UK. And I was thinking, I wonder if this is worth some money. So I had to check it out, because I didn't know how much these are actually worth. Found out it's quite a niche game, and because it's a film related as well, it's got that more appeal. I sold it for $29.99. So when you are in charity shops next, don't ignore the board games. Have a look, because there might be a nice little gem there which you can make a bit of profit off. The next item is right next to me. It was in the thumbnail, and I'm just, well, you know what it is. It's a bread maker, and I think I mentioned one of these in my other videos, that they're the money. They are the bread maker. Literally, they are the bread maker, and they don't get recognised enough because they're boring. They're something that's not appreciated in the reselling market, because it's just not interesting. You know, you're not gonna click on a video because of a bread maker, are you? Because no one cares about them, and they need to get some respect, because these things are making me serious dough. No pun intended, but they are. I sold 3 last week, all by the same company. Different ones. This was a chrome one. This one needs to be packaged in a minute. But I've also sold 2 white ones. The thing about bread machines is they're a fad. People buy them because they want to try and make bread. Then they know they can't make bread, and then what happens with it? It gets stuck in the cupboard for the rest of its life until somebody wants to do a car boot and they sell it. So most bread makers are probably not even being used that much. It's the same with like blenders and all that lot. Unless you're a big, massive cake fan, a lot of these blenders, like smoothie makers, pulsers, you know, they don't get used that much because it's a fad. You know, how many people have got time nowadays to make stuff? Like I said, some people have, And you will know when they've been used because they'll be absolutely like thrashed inside. If you look at most bread makers and they're clean inside, they haven't been used much because it's a messy thing to make bread. And the same with all like food processors. But like I said, I have sold 3 this week. All of them was Morphy Richards. I sold one for £27, one for £24, and one for £30. I paid £7 for 2 of them, and I paid £4 for another. Last week, I picked up another chrome one for £1. So they just make you money, easy money. And finally, the biggest sale of the week was probably this, and was my digital torque wrench. Picked up from a car boot months ago. I paid 30 quid, and he actually sold a bigger version of this just before I got there. So I could have picked up that as well. Around about £150 to buy one of these brand new, and I picked up one for 30. So I looked at prices. I had to look at prices because it's something that I don't deal with, and I saw them go anything from 80 to 120. So I knew I could probably get around about £100 for this quite easy, and I did sell it. Took a couple of months because it is a bit niche, but I did sell it for £100. So nice profit on that from 30 quid. Some tools can fetch you a lot of money. If you know your tools, then just go straight into that market because you're going to make an absolute killing. But yeah, I did 53 sales in total last week. Finally, I'm back where I'm supposed to be and hitting around the 50 mark. Not the best. I think it was around about 60 is my total, and I really did think I was going to beat it. I've had a couple of sales this morning as well, so I could have like added them into it because I woke up to a couple of sales early morning, but I thought, no, that's not last week. This is this week. As you can see on the screen now, this is my sales and the total I made on eBay. So £806 and 1p. Obviously, that's without fees and all that lot. But in total sales over the last week, I have made £1,140 and the penny. So absolutely smashed it. Back, this is where I want to be. This is what I want to be doing every week because, as you know, as a reseller, you buy things cheap. Some things are not like the torque wrench. I paid £30, but I knew I was going to get a good amount of money back. So I don't mind gambling on stuff like that. But a lot of the things I've picked up for less than a £5. So I'm going to get a decent profit back from all this. And I want to do this every week. If I could do these numbers every week, you're looking around about £3,000 a month. And that is absolutely brilliant. But as a reseller, we cannot guarantee we're going to get that every month. Some weeks have been really slow, and they have been for a lot of people. But hopefully, this is the kickstart of sales for the rest of the year. This is a time to make your most money. So if you haven't got stuff on, and I know I'm saying that when I'm looking at the big pile behind the actual phone, and I know my other room's still got loads of it, this is the time to get everything on. Just get as much stuff on, get it all scheduled for every day, because these last couple of months are where you're going to make the most money because it's Christmas. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know. What was your favourite sale of the week? And how was your sales this week? Did you do quite well, or was it a slow one? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, see you again. Goodbye.